Howdy. Hey, howdy, hey, Saddle Pals. This is the Jerry Hinkle program, and be interested to see how many y'all are picking up. I must apologize. I'm a few days late on this, even though this is Monday. At least it's Monday while I'm filming this. And it's one of those occasions where I was going to do the joke show on April 1st, but stuff happened as it always does, and you, the loyal audience, suffers because of all the other paying jobs that I do. And believe me, if I had a choice, I would have been right here doing all this kind of stuff. But I tell you, sometimes I don't know how I keep the shotgun out of my mouth, to tell you the truth. We're just going to forget all about that for now. And I did tell you, it's wonderful to be back here in the Ashley Kringen studio, bringing you the Jerry Hinkle program. The reason why so many people hate Mondays, except for us, you and me, we see, I never touched my face the entire month that I was away from you all. As soon as I get back in it, I'm scratching all over. I have been busy working on other things, not more important things, mind you, just other things. Now this T-shirt, I don't know. Let's see if I can get. So you'll never walk alone. And this is a T-shirt that I got at a fundraiser for neonatal tetanus at the Pepsi Cola Theater. They also did they did a show called Pirates of the Chemotherapy about breast cancer, and three of my mother's four sisters, three of them are all breast cancer survivors. Brave ladies, each and every one of them. They stared the angel of death right in the face and kicked him in teeth. There, we'll go with teeth. Try to keep this a family-friendly show. So what else did I do? Well, on March 31st, interesting little story, and I'm kind of glad we didn't have a joke show, so I couldn't. If I told you that, y'all would have thought it was a joke. I had a coupon for a pounder at one of the local casinos. I'm not going to give them free advertising, but one of the local casinos advertised, or rather, one of the casinos offering $1.53 for a pounder. And I thought, well, a quarter pounder is a hamburger that has a quarter pound beef, so a pounder must be a hamburger with a pound of beef. Now, believe me, getting a pound hamburger for $1.50 sounded real good. What happened, though, is when I went up to order the pounder, I was presented with a pound of beer. I'm going to let that sink into all of the people who really know who I am and what I'm about. And you can about imagine, I half expected the ghost of my grandfather to come back. What's going on here? But none of that happened. What, you get away from there? You get that. That didn't happen. And I was faced with this dilemma. So well, I ended up drinking the pound of beer. However, I went to one of the local video lottery machines there. I put $1 in and put my blackjack skills to use. I ended up spending that entire dollar, so the state government is $1 richer because of that little excursion. I probably could have spent more. I probably should have, because of the state of uh, the state of this country, the state's education really, they need all the people playing video lottery they can get. So, and I, just long enough. I played video lottery long enough that I figured I was sober. So I didn't want to drive drunk. That's another big problem. Not only in this state, but I'm pretty sure in at least 2 or 3 of the other states of the union, it is a big problem. And it's too big of a problem here. I know that because every time when I used to go to the display of they have a display of poinsettias at the Christmas tree display at the Capitol building, one for every person killed by a drunk driver, and the collection of poinsettias is too big. One would be too big, but so don't y'all drink and drive. Do what I do. If you're gonna drink a pound of beer, you wait a while before you get behind the wheel. You play a little blackjack. Bring a friend and play rock, paper, and scissors if you can. I can't play that with myself. I play by myself. Excuse me. So what are we going to talk about now? So we're almost 7 minutes into the show, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. We could sing something if I could think of something to say. We're not going to do a commercial because, as I figure we'll advertise for the You'll Never Walk Alone Breast Cancer Foundation here in Mitchell. We go, oh, I became a producer during the hiatus, not of television, but of movie. My good friend Chris Ferrara has made a movie, and I will provide some more information on that as soon as it's released. I'll get some links and put them somewhere where y'all can find it, because it's a short movie that about a couple of brothers who find out that their father had a third son that he kept a secret somehow. And, well, it's all about keeping him out the foster care system, and it's all about love and love of family and the kind of and forgiveness and all that jazz. And I'm looking for. I became an executive producer of that film because Chris Ferrara is when it comes to comedy or drama, he is pretty good. One of Dakota Wesleyan's finest students in that area. Not going to say he's the finest, but he's definitely got some talent there. And so I knew that as soon as he opened his mouth the first time and I heard him say, "Where's my sugar plum?" I became an instant Chris Ferrara fan. And of course, there's no video footage of him. Maybe, I tell you what, if y'all want to, we'll see if we can arrange for some sort of we'll see if we can get him to say that. And he's real funny, and of course he's got dramatic chops as well. And so, I know just what we're going to sing. I just thought of it. The other day, I read in the newspaper rather, the story about the FDC, the Jazz Swing Choir, or whatever they call it, Jazz Swing Choir. So we had a swing choir back in Holabird called Four on the Floor, and because there were only 4 people in the swing choir. Anyhow, so one of the songs they sang reminded me of my niece Brittany, because when I was a lot younger than I am now, and she was a little girl, she had to watch whatever the latest crap Disney movie was, and Lion King or Aladdin or whatever, and Toy Story 2. I watched that a lot when I was babysitting Brittany, a lot of the time. And well, as it turns out, that wasn't so bad because we had we could wear cowboy hats, and I still had my at the time, I probably still do somewhere, my Judge Roy Bean hat, or coming up on the 30th anniversary of that, by the way. And if you look at my comic strip on Facebook, I am dressed as, that is the cartoon Jerry, not me, but the cartoon Jerry, who is not me, is dressed up as a cowboy in tribute to my 30th anniversary of taking the stage, and in the starring role of Judge Roy Bean in the wonderfully produced and directed play West Pecos. There's no video footage of that, and I am too old to recreate the role without all the wonderful supporting players that we had. Steve Oleg Miller, who was great as the lawyer, Mr. Fogg. I think that was Socrates Fogg. I remember Socrates. Oh, that was so much fun. And Kip Koozer and Mike Jetty as the outlaws, Billy Bob and Rawhide. They were so good in that. And Jackie Newharth back then, Jackie Dalton now as the Texas, the Jersey Lily, the Lily from Jersey. Grant Garrigan as K.O. Claiborne. Kind of a riverboat gambling type. He was kind of slick, not so much, and clever. Kind of a riverboat gambler, maverick type. And so that was, I had a lot in there, and there was assorted townspeople, but and if I keep going like this, I am going to offend somebody that I forgot. But I'm going to try to remember most of the people, at least, that have me on Facebook now, because they're the important people. The people that didn't accept my request at the time are they don't deserve mention. But Steve, Grant, and of course Mike Jetty is not, but his brother Ron is on Facebook with me. Kip Koozer, and real stellar group of people they are. Well, of course they are. They know me, and I only know the best people. I know you, and of course you are the very best people because you have stuck through this, and so we're gonna. But oh, the song, yes. The song that they sang, the FDC, was "You've Got a Friend in Me," which of course is one of the songs that they did in Toy Story 2. And so here it goes thusly. You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. When the road is rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, you just remember what your old pal said. Now you've got a friend in me. I didn't actually mind Twist. That was of the stories they had. That was probably the one that I hated the least because it had cowboys in it, and I liked. We did Brittany and I did cowboy camp, and she was a swell kid growing up, and she's even sweller now. So okay, how about Do we need another verse? Let's try another verse. You've got a friend in me. I wrote this verse just in my head just now. You've got a friend in me. Okay. Oh, this is so okay. When you don't know what to say and it's not turning out to be your day, just remember someone's gonna pay, and you've got a friend in me. Oh, I wasn't quite as good as I thought it would be, but then, we got to keep our expectations low. Anyhow, we're getting close to the time when I got to sign off. Actually, we probably passed that 5 or 10 minutes ago. But I'm going to try to do this again next Monday, and I'm not just working as hard, so for now, we'll say, God be with you, do the best you can, and hey, get out of my bathroom. You're invading my privacy.